Okay, so for the remote kids and cohort B, we're going to go over what you've read and highlight some important information. Remember, all of these questions should be answered, and I'll check them when you come in. But when we're focusing on the chapter, the two areas that we're going to talk about in this video are the first two key ideas, which is how to calculate speed and how do you describe velocity. So after you've read this, you always know that you highlight the bold words. I'm going to get a little closer here for you, and you can find the definition of the word speed. The speed of an object is the distance the object moves in a unit of time. It is a type of rate. And then this goes on to tell you the key idea here is how you calculate that. To calculate the speed of an object, you have to divide the distance the object travels by the time it takes to travel that distance. And here's that word that we covered at the beginning, that word equation. And we've seen it written like this. If you also want to write, maybe you could do speed equals distance divided by time. You could write it like that. Think about other ways that you could write it. If you had the distance and not the speed, how would you figure out the time kind of problem? And I'm just getting ahead of myself there. So let's talk about that later. So we've read this, and I just kind of marked. It says the cyclist shown in the diagram is moving at a constant speed of 10 meters per second during her ride. So they wanted you to draw, there's your do word, draw arrows on the scale to mark how far the cyclist travels at 1, 2, 3, 3.5, and 4 seconds. So in 1 second, since it's 10 meters per second, with 2 seconds, she would have traveled 20. With 3, she would have driven or rode 30. So 4 obviously would be 40. And then 3.5, oh, here we go. I'm sorry there. I am talking about something you can't see there. So, and then at 3.5, we would go right here, somewhere between 30 and 40. Okay, so then the next page, and hopefully you highlighted that. On the next page, there's two different kinds of speed. There's average speed, which is, and let's highlight that, dividing the total distance traveled by the total time. And let's just jump over here to this instantaneous speed, and that's the speed that you're traveling at a given instant in time. If you were in school and we did that relative motion activity on the graph, we said that last second, and I had introduced this idea of instantaneous speed. So hopefully you gave these kind of things a shot. We're going to check those when you come in. Make sure you do this to see if you can remember what you've read, and then check the Google Slides for your notes. Okay, see you guys Monday and or Tuesday.